Yeah, yeah.
Have you heard about this really different software magazine called Input? It's a weekly course that program by program will help you get the most from your computer, and it's designed specially for many of the leading computers. Input's clear instructions will show you how to use a simple 4-next loop to create clever routines, and week by week will improve your programming skills so you can use your computer both practically and imaginatively. Oh, very clever. Input. Learn to program for fun and the future.
Hello, you. Something a bit different. Not actually computer games. I'm not sure how to do this actually. Do I do this as mysterious unboxing and watch to find out, or do I say what's in there and expect? I don't know. So I'm just going to keep going with you don't know, I don't know. Well, I know kind of what's in there, but obviously I haven't opened it. It's quite weighty. But it's not computer games. It's just related to computer games. I have wondered whether to do a separate. Let's put my drink over here before I knock it over, shall we? Whether to do a separate playlist of things that are related to computer games but aren't actually computer games. Reminiscing about other bits and pieces, toys and that sort of thing. I don't know. Let me know if you think I should or not. Handily, can you see this? A little bit of tape here that I've peeled off the address label from it, but I've no idea if there's anything inside. Oh, that's loud, isn't it? Sorry, headphone users. Damn it. And it was going so well. Where's the we'll just have to turn it back into one whole strip again. Oh, there we go. Right. Oops. Don't get tape stuck on the tripod. The tripod, Rob. Get that out of the way. Right. You know what? I brought a knife, didn't I? Let's. There we go. Unsheath it. Oh yes, there's an address labelled there. Let's. That out of the way. Right. More knifey time. Carefully. Don't want to damage the goodies inside, do we? This box was originally apparently a Danfoss multi-pack 20 pieces angled 8/10mm valve. So there we go. Whatever one of those is when it's at home. Right, and there is more packaging. Let's get this on my lap. Lift that out. Can you tell what it is yet? And no, it's not Rolf Harris Picture Builder, because I've already got that. Can you tell? Can you see? Yeah, I'm going to have to put this onto my lap and get all this bubble wrap off. Right. Let's get this on the deck. Yes. Will you look at that? Well, look at it, will you? Oh my word, what's... Key in your copies. Yes, it's Input magazine. Let's put this knife somewhere safe over there out of the way. Input magazine with part 2 free. And there it is, there's part 2. Yeah, slightly damaged, it would appear. But hey ho, as long as the majority of it's there, I don't mind. Dear God, that's a weighty set. Right, Input, a Marshall Cavendish computer course in weekly parts. This came out in 1984 to 1985, so I was 10, 11, 12, something like that. And how much was it? It was 95 pence an issue, which was quite a lot of money in those days. So I borrowed it off a friend, a friend with richer parents than me. Got it every week, and I borrowed it. Dad took it to work and promptly photocopied it. So I had it in photocopied form, but those got lost many years ago. I don't think I had it all. I think just some key bits of it. I don't think Dad spent an entire day photocopying entire magazines. I think he did do some work as well. Yeah, the curious thing about it is you go, well, learning to program, but there are umpteen different computers there at the time. All like, oh, learn to program on a PC. No, did it say anything here about what it's about? No, it dives straight into basic programming. Learning to program a computer is a bit like making love to a beautiful... like learning to play football. Theoretically, you could learn football by practicing one skill at a time, stepping out onto the pitch for an actual game only when you have mastered every move, but you would learn slowly and have very little fun in the process. Similarly, with programming, one way is to plough your way through a manual which teaches one function at a time, but never how to combine them. A better way is to step out onto the pitch and start playing. So where do you begin? Well, apparently it begins with learning the random number function. But let's zoom in if we can, and I can show you how this did it. You know what, my drink needs to go over there. Can we get a good focus on this? If you notice, there's different... Can I angle this so it's actually in line with... There we go, that's kind of about right, isn't it? Let's zoom out a little bit more. I'm sure if you want to read it properly, I'm sure there are scans online. If there aren't, well, I guess I'm going to have to start doing scans, aren't I? Because someone needs to preserve these. I'm sure there's PDFs of all of this. But, do you see in there, where are we? Yeah, so there's two different Sinclair logos, two different Commodore logos, an acorn, a dragon, and Timex, I'm guessing. And what you would do is, let's start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start. Where are we? There we go. The random function. All computers, home computers, have a random number generator to allow you to invent such games. This is operated in BASIC by the function RND. On some computers, the number it produces, however, are not much use in the original form. Blah 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 blah. But you'd start off, if you had a Sinclair, this is what you would type in. It teaches you how... It gives you listings for various programs and different formats of... So if you have got a Sinclair, you do this. If you've got a Timex or Coco Dragon, well, Dragon and whatever T was, you'd type in that. And if you had a Commodore or an Acorn, you would type in that. And remember to tap enter or return, whichever your computer has, after each line of program. When you run this program, all you will get is a string of long decimalised fractions. Far too hard for a guessing game, which is why this is. See the chart on page 7. Page 7. Specifying random number ranges. Let's zoom out a bit more. Now out. Specifying random number ranges. How do I specify a number? So it's diving in with absolutely thrilling stuff on how to generate random numbers on a computer. But as we see on number 7 already, we've already got to 10 print hello, what is your name, input $, CLS, print hello, and that entry. I have some questions for you. And you slowly start building up a program. So speed up your games routines. Machine code. So we're already moving on to machine code by page 8. Setting up a movable graphics frame, getting faster movement, a frog that jumps and a tank that fires. I'm going to regret saying this, aren't I? But should I actually start going through these programs and typing some of them out and showing what they're like? I've got a Sinclair. I could do a Spectrum one. I've got a BBC. I could do the BBC one. I've got a Commodore 64. I've got a Dragon. I'm covering most of the bases here. I'm also setting myself up for a lot of typing, aren't I? And whether anyone would particularly want to, I don't know. See instant embroidery or sunrise. But some of them could be interesting. Maybe I'll do a couple of them. I don't know. Depends how we're untangling your saves and loads. Putting Tipex on your machine to mark where the right volume level is. Oh my word! Peripherals. DIN plugs. Ooh. See, that's what it's like at one end of a DIN plug, 5-pin. That's what it's like at the other end. Right. Can I use old music cassettes for recording program data? Although it is best to use good quality data tapes, perfectly acceptable results are possible using top quality audio cassettes. If by old music cassettes you mean tapes which have lain around on a parcel shelf of a car or in some equally unsatisfactory storage location, you are asking for trouble. How about ones that have been kicking around in a loft for 30 odd years? They still seem to work. Just depends whether they're mouldy. Doing sprites. All the way. Oh, how to build a... using ASCII to... Where are we? Doing an ASCII helicopter and a creepy crawly. I think I remember doing that one, I think. Yes. On the 64. An animated creepy crawly with ASCII text. Yeah, I do find it a bit strange that there's absolutely nothing in here about the whole setup, and that you don't have to... this isn't for one particular computer, this is for many types of computer. It just... Nope, there you go, you've bought it, you must know what it's about. So, learn about if then else statements. 10-minute games graphics. More sprite work. Lots of sprites. Okay. Streamline your hobbies file. Is your address book in a mess? Are your club files disorganised, or your collection files more trouble than they're worth? Here's a way to bring order out of chaos. Keeping a track of your collections, a practical filing program using your available memory efficiently, setting up a new file, adding to and viewing your files, storing and recalling your information. That could be very handy for games collection, couldn't it? I'm sure having all your games catalogued on your BBC or your Dragon, that's... Yeah, let's type all this in rather than using... What have I got on here now? Bear with me. My game collection. That's... If you need something to keep track of what you've got and what you haven't got... Oh dear. Strider 2. Oh dear. It's a very handy little app, is My Game Collection. Look, I have a CDI game. I have Burn Cycle for the CDI. I don't have a CDI, but I picked up Burn Cycle for like 10pence once, on the off chance that I ever get a CDI. There's my 3DO collection, that's in here somewhere as well, isn't it? You just got to remember to put it all in, haven't you? But you know what? I'm not sure. I haven't put my 3DO games in. Oh my god, I don't have a 3DO either, but I have 3DO games. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I'll be doing this one. But that's a lot of typing there, isn't it? But you'd go with the logic that it's not all of that, because I've only got one computer, so I'm only going to type it in. Back then, you wouldn't have had someone with a Commodore 64 and a Spectrum and a Dragon and a BBC. No, what kind of nutter would be doing that? Stuff on games. Why does my program crash when the graphic reaches the edge of the screen? Probably a number in one of the lines which controls the graphics position on the screen is too big. So recheck these lines if you get any of the following error reports: screen scrolling on Acorn, illegal quantity on Commodore, FC error on Dragon, or integer out of range on Spectrum. Lots of handy tips. Hints and tips. Issue 3. See, already we're just going, it's a lot of typing. So I think I only had some bits that I was interested in. How to program your own maze games. A Spectrum maze needs only a short program. So that does look quite short. Oh no, it's going. Oh, Dragon version also displays your time. Can we zoom in on that so you can see it a bit better? Never get a job on Blue Peter at this rate, will I? Yeah, so that's the Dragon version, and that's the Spectrum version. Now, the light is not good here, is it? I've tried my best with all the lamps in the room, but I think, well, it's about as good as we're going to get. Spectrum version, Dragon version. Ooh, an easy maze for Electron or BBC-B. Should we have a C64 version? No, we don't appear to have any pictures of a C64 version. Oh well. More streamlining your hobbies. So, last week's collection thing didn't end there. We oh look, cobwebs galore. How many people's collections look like that now up in the loft? One day I'll remember which way zoom is on this camera. Draw a fire-breathing dragon. Like that. Still kind of cute. Oh look. I think most people at the time thought that's about as good as an Electron is. That's about all an Electron is good for. And then of course you'd tile the roof with rubber key Spectrums, wouldn't you? Which way is it? Which way is it? It's that way! There we go. I mean, that just speaks for itself, doesn't it? Yes, there we go. Variables. How do you illustrate variables like that? And we've got index at the back. There's going to be a complete index in the last issue of Input, but this just gives you a list of all the dice throwing action. Helicopter, building a Commodore 64, page 31. Hang on, what? Ah! Also, this started at page 65, so 31 was there in issue 1. So you'd put them all together and it would form an encyclopedia with all the... So this is pages 97 to 128. And of course you'd want to put it in a binder, but don't have a binder. Just have these. Obviously if I see a binder, and it's not stupidly expensive, but it's going to be stupidly expensive. If I ever see a binder, or if anyone's got a binder going spare, never know, worth asking, isn't it? It'd be lovely to put these into their rightful place in a proper binder. But, yeah, I don't know how much of this I should be flicking through here like this, because, like I say, anyone can have a look for scans online and have a read through yourselves if you wanted to, but there's nothing quite like having the real thing, is there, for flicking through. Nice bit of... Ooh, what's this? Don't forget, place your order for Input today. Input will shortly only be available on regular order from your newsagent. Don't forget to place your firm order now to make sure you get your copy every week. To my newsagent, please reserve my copy of Input so that I do not miss any of the weekly parts. This order starts with issue, and I understand I can cancel this order at any time by giving 2 weeks' notice. What? Why do they say to cut this bit off? If you leave that top bit on, is the newsagent going to be confused by that? That's a nice little addition included, isn't it? Considering it's now 2019, this was 1984, that's many years ago. Print quality's got a bit blurry on this one. But it's legible. Oh, and it's much sharper now. Oh, look at that. There's a BBC there. Almost sounded like Nostalgia Nerd there, calling it a BBC. Where are we? Ooh, down. Try not to get the reflection in. It's got a metal stand for the monitor, but I don't know what that monitor is. That TV looks very, very odd. Help us plan future issues. Dear reader, this is one of the first issues of Input, and we are keen to learn as much about our readers as possible. We would like to make sure you are completely satisfied with the written articles which have appeared so far. All we ask is you answer the questions overly, fold the questionnaire as indicated and post it to us. No stamp is needed. Whatever you think about Input, please complete the questionnaire. It takes only a few minutes. Without your reply, the survey will not be complete. I guess it was never complete. We'll have to fill this in and send it back. Look, they've even got instructions on how to fold it, how to cut it, how to pull it out of the magazine, how to fold it and tape it together to send to them. P13 Market Research, Marshall Cavendish Limited, 58 Old Compton Street, London, W1E 6QZ. To Google Maps. Who paid for this copy of Input? Yourself, wife, husband, father, mother, girlfriend, boyfriend, brother, sister, other. Yeah, my sister bought it for me. Which of these age groups do you fall into? Are you married, single, divorced, full-time employed, student, retired? People in your household, how did you get to hear about Input? In the newspaper, from a friend, on radio, on television, saw it at newsagents. I should zoom out again, shouldn't I? Please say in your own words your main reasons for purchasing Input. How will you obtain your future? If you continue to buy Input, will you purchase the first binder at the special offer price of £2.50? God, yes, I would. Yes, I would. £2.50. I'll have 10 of them, please. Will you order the second binder at the regular price is £3.95? Oh, I don't know now. If £2.50, that's a done deal. To £3.95. Ooh, I dread to think what they sell for now. Please indicate which computer you own. None. Spectrum 16K, Spectrum 48K. There was no Spectrum 128, so those two Sinclair logos. One is for 16K, one is for 48K. BBC B, Commodore 64, Dragon 32, Electron, Other. So what the hell's the T? I want to know what the T is. Other. Please state which. It'd blow their minds if you put Amiga. How long have you owned your computer? More than 2 years. Yes. What other hardware do you own? Tape recorder, disk drive, printer, joystick, additional memory. Yes. Yes, I do. How many game tapes do you own? Less than 2? Less than 2 would be 1, wouldn't it? 1 or none. 3 to 5, 6 to 10. More than 10. Yeah. Well. I can't see that. Yeah. Oops, there goes that comedian keyboard. Yeah, I think we can safely say more than 10. And that's just the Spectrum stuff. Do you read any newspapers regularly? God, no. Do you listen to commercial radio? God, no. On average, how many hours a weekday do you watch commercial channels before the early news, i.e. about 5:45, and after 5:45? ITV1, Channel 4, TVAM. ITV1, there wasn't an ITV2, 3 or 4 back then. Why do they say ITV1? Very, very strange. If you're still at school, do you have access to a computer? Yes or no? If yes, is it a micro? Yes or no? If it is a micro, please state which model. What? How many schools had mainframes? Anyway, so... Ooh, this looks exciting, doesn't it? He's printing the missile, moving the alien, building the shields, cleaning up. I don't remember this. There's a bit that I remember, but I have no idea what issue it is, so I'll keep going until we get to that. Because there's one bit that I particularly do want to. Because I remember that cover. We'll get to that. I don't remember that one. Ooh, hello, we've got another. To our readers, although we make every effort to ensure the program listings input are free of mistakes, here we have the problems for me. It has come to our notice that some printers' errors have accidentally been introduced into this issue. It was the printers, not us. For the spectrum on page 184, column 3, in the second line 20, the pi symbol should be entered as pi on the M key. For the Commodore 64 and VIC-20, a number on the keyboard symbols may not be printed clearly. In each case, the symbol for black on the 1 key may appear as a solid black square. This applies to line 5 on page 163 and line 5 on page 176. Oh, that's in this issue. Line 5. That seems solid black. In each case, the symbol for black on the 1 key may appear as a solid black square. This applies to line 5. What? Number of keyboard symbols may know. In each case, the symbol for black on the 1 key may appear as a solid black square. Well, hang on, what's yeah, on my Commodore 64 it just has exclamation mark 1 and BLK underneath. So I'm not going to go typing it in and see what that comes up. But anyway, may appear as a solid black square. This applies to line 5 on page 163. Sprites on the Commodore 64. Ooh. Yes, I'm guessing they mean that bit there. This applies to line 5 on line 5 on page 176. There. Also for the Commodore 64 on page 188, column 3, line 125 should read plus Z, not minus Z. Yeah, so this could possibly be one of the problems that I had, in that I had these bits photocopied, but I might not have had this bit. So I was typing in stuff, and then it didn't work, and then I didn't know why it didn't work, or I was missing issues. I'd have some bits and not others. Let's put that in the front, shall we? So I had parts of programs that then wouldn't work completely. So what I'm hoping for is the one program that I remember, I will have all the relevant parts for, and I will have those little addendums to point out that, oh, that should have said that, so you need to type that instead. And then hopefully I'll be able to type in the adventure program that I started years and years and years ago and never got working. Ooh, Simon's Basic. Oh wow, I have my Simon's Basic cartridge. Is this all on Simon's Basic? Simon's Basic for Commodore Graphics. Why is it mentioning Simon's Basic down here? That's odd. I had Simon's Basic cartridge, which meant that I could then type in some other programs that were listed here and there, possibly in here. But it was no bloody use for anything else because it was just basic, no games required it or anything. Dread to think how much Dad paid for that Simon's Basic cartridge. I suspect it wasn't cheap. Anyway, that is issue 6. Now I remember that cover. Look at that. You do that with Alien Skin Eye Candy 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago maybe. But you'd actually do that in real back then. Maze games. This looks familiar. More maze game stuff, because maze games are easy to program, aren't they? That looks vaguely familiar. I mean, it looks like a maze. I wonder if I did. A pirate searches the Commodore maze for his booty. When did booty start meaning something else? When did it start meaning bottom? Memories are made of this. explaining all about machine code, the Spectrum memory map, ZX81 memory map, with user routines, go substack, machine stack, spare, calculator stack, line being typed in workspace, byte containing ATH, variables, display file, program. Oh my god, it's the 7-layer OSI model from networking. Ah, no, 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 I do not like this stuff. My brain rebels against this sort of stuff. Get your programs in shape. 2. Joystick controllers. Oh, communicating with the computer using a joystick. Joystick, trackables and mice. Oh, and this. Oh, Attack 2. Never had. Oh, I've got one of those. Hang on, I've got one of those. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No, that's the dragon one. That's another dragon one. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? No. No. There we go. Oh, it is supposed to have a rubber. Put these away. Oh, and a Point Master. One of the worst joysticks ever. And I had it. Put those over there. Let's get that cable out of the way there. Let's zoom in there for you. Not that far. Look at that. We've got a Tac 2, which apparently is a really, really nice joystick, and you put. Can we get this? Let's move that lamp a bit. There we go. Ha! And if I zoom out, there's the real thing. And it's terrible, it really is. So it looks like it should have a little plastic bit on the end, but hey, it's so rubbish anyway. You go back in the box. And welcome to my very first joystick, folks. I had a Point Master. It had a travel from side to side of about 16 nautical miles, and it was terrible. Daily Thompson's Decathlon, anything like that. But it was the only joystick I had, and thus it was brilliant. It was better than playing on keyboard, so that's what I put up with for years. One day I'll find one going cheap, and I'll have a go at it and go, yep, yeah, it was terrible. It was when it was put away, it was still in one piece, if I remember correctly. So it's another one of those missing things from a box somewhere with paddles and toast rack Spectrum and various other bits that I've forgotten that I've lost now. But that's in a box somewhere, God knows where, or probably in landfill now. But one day I'll get one and go, yeah, it was terrible, wasn't it? Some people seem to want like 20 quid for them on eBay. It's like, no, I'm not that mad. Don't remember too much from that, apart from that first. Let's see. Oh, now how 80s is that? Ooh, a Commodore 1520 printer with a bolt of laser light. Let's no, my laser doesn't have any batteries in it. Typical. Just as well. They probably have corroded when the put that down to one side. Some batteries for my laser at some point. Printers, the various choices. Daisy wheel printers. Fonts, change the wheel. More game programming. I'm guessing this is all about sound effects, seeing as we've got aroo, 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 throom, and cha-cha-cha. Getting to the heart of it. Do you understand how machine code works? Right. Okay, this is angry white males on the internet, anyone? They predicted the future, didn't they? Okay. Bit creepy. Tandy. Tandy, that's what the T stands for, of course. Dragon and Tandy. Nope, don't remember that one. Come on, where's this one that... where's that program that I remember? Oh dear. 2 towers. Twin towers, sorry. Ah! An adventure. This is it. I don't remember this bit. These pictures don't. So maybe I missed the very start of it, which makes it a bit difficult if you don't have the start of the program. Which on the Spectrum is print peak 23730 plus 256 star peak 23731 close brackets minus open brackets peak 23653 plus 256 star peak 23654 brackets. Yeah, because if you didn't know that, then on Commodores the remaining memory is obtained by typing print free 0. Okay, print high mem top on Acorn, print mem on Tandy. Right, okay, well I don't know what that's, but that's the start of it by the looks of things. Ram top, as in Terry Pratchett's Ram tops, named after top of memory on a Spectrum, supposedly. Right, come on. A computer typing tutor. Now they start tutoring you on typing. On page 291, issue 10. That's it. I remember that picture now. The very first stage in writing an adventure is to work out the general storyline and draw a rough map of all the locations. Which of course I didn't do when I programmed my terrible adventure. Was it Cliff of Death? Where it just killed you at every place you went to. But hey, I didn't have all the relevant parts to get started, did I? So, right, and we've got starting the program. There we are on the Spectrum. There we are on the 64. There we are on Acorn, and Dragon and Tandy. And that's all you got that week. At which point you were supposed to then type it in, save it to tape, and then wait a week to find out what the next bit was. Load it in again, and then add to it, and then save over it. And how many weeks was this going to take? Assembling by hand. Getting rid of bugs. Making sure the printers print them correctly. Come on, where's the adventure? There we go. Moving around in your adventure. Once you've set all the locations, how you move to different locations. Yes, I'm definitely going to have to do that. Dragon and Tandy animated graphics. They won't look like that. Yeah, they won't look like that. They'll look like that. But, you know, back in the day, we used to manage to convert that in our heads into that. So, issue 12. Where are we? We are zoomed in, so let's zoom out again. Don't worry, I'm not going to go through all of these, unless you want me to. Oh, the jewelled eyeball, the bag of marbles, the chain from the toilet, yeah, all these. Bag of marbles, brick, chain, gun, jewelled eyeball, tax inspector. Oh, tax inspector would take stuff off you if I remember correctly. Is it possible to use a speech synthesizer with an adventure? You could make your adventure much more interesting by programming the machine so that it will announce the messages, directions and descriptions of objects rather than display them on the screen. Look in your synthesizer manual to see how the machine can be made to speak and substitute the instructions for print statements. How to digitize your cat. Right. Not quite sure what happened there. Okay. Ooh. And they weren't on shelves in magazines in the newsagents anymore, so covers like that wasn't going to draw anyone into buying it. You had to be already signed up for it at this point, I think. Don't carry bricks in swamps, it would appear. Completing the adventure. Ah, there's the taxman taking stuff off you. is that it? Once you've completed writing the adventure game, you can think about adding a title page at the start and a final congratulations page. They haven't done an end screen. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to have to do that one at some point, whether I do it for the Commodore 64 or the... Yeah, I don't really fancy doing it on the Spectrum with all the ever so helpful shortcut keys that, unless you know them, are more tripled. Oh, you can send off a Forces 85. Oh, this... Look, it's Mike from Spaced. Revealed the dramas, the tensions, rumours and half-truths in war and peace. Find out what it means to have to fight, the price of keeping the peace, what faces British military forces in 85 and the future. Oh, did they know what was coming in the future? Forces 85 gives a fresh insight into the Falklands War by the men who were there. It looks into the price of peace, reviews new facts on the controversial Belgrano affair, and uncovers the weapons, technology and hardware which are the defenders of the future. Yeah. Right, border computers, how about war? Coming soon in Input Volume 2. Oh, so that was Volume 1. So then, is this... This must be Volume 2 then. So that's 13 issues there. Yes, each binder held 13 issues. So that's Volume 1 there. So I need a binder for that. And then we've got... Ooh, that's not ripping off Street Hawk at all, is it? Oh, we have more adventure stuff. Adventures the Next Step. Oh, blimey. Ooh. I mean, who's he based on, do you reckon? Anywho. Oh, I just realised I've been appearing on camera, haven't I? Yeah, still recovering from hospital. So, I shan't go through all of these now, but there's 1 to 13, there's Volume 1. So, inputs 15, 16, 17, what on earth? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22... That's the Golf that my dad had. My dad had that model Golf. We went to the south of France, 4 of us, in a Mark I Golf. That was somewhat cramped. 23, 24, 25. Oh, hello. Oh, I so wanted one of those back then. Got one now. Well, got a few now. So there's Volume 2. Well, I'll put them that way around on there, I think. 27. Don't forget your next input binder is due. 28, 29, 30. Yeah, these ones don't look like they've been read. I think someone got bored. Oh, look, Forces 86 now. The Armoured Fist of British Forces. Testing NATO's air defence and silent war beneath the waves. There's a war on, people are dying. Let's make money out of it. Yeah, 31, 32, 33, 34. There's a snake. There's a snake on my Specky. Inside a Specky. Right, that's a... 38. Oh, and from Marshall Cavendish, more adverts for what else there is. Christmas microwave know-how. I think the main know-how is don't cook your Christmas dinner in the microwave. Just there we go. And Christmas storyteller. Christmas microwave know-how on sale from October 31st. Packed full of super ideas to make Christmas cooking and entertaining easy. Let Christmas microwave know-how give you time to celebrate this year. Oh my. Oh. Cook your turkey in the microwave. Which way are we going? We're going this way. And a very white gill log by the looks of things, and unidentified drinks. So there's volume 3. How many more we got? 40, 41. Turtle! Logo, blimey. And numbers flying out the... Why didn't you say? God almighty. There we go. A night kicking back and relaxing. Can we do this a bit better? Oh, it's a bit late now for that, isn't it? But it's very awkward to work out on the camera. A night kicking back and relaxing. Numbers... No, 41. Logo and a turtle. Numbers exploding out of a screen. Christmas storyteller and Christmas microwave now again. Ooh, right, a Sony TV and looks like toy archers, because of course. Right, an orchestra of BBCs and clones. What does that say? Car CDR. CARCDR. Is that right? I don't know what they're saying there. Ooh, fractals. I don't know what that is. Some of their illustrations were rather odd, but some of them were rather cool, like this. 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. Ooh, MIDI computer interfaces. We're getting fancy. Oh, and a Yamaha DX7. Ooh, how swish are we getting now? And issue 52, the last one. Input Index. Contains full details of all the articles and programs appearing in Input parts 1 to 51. So here is your index of everything that's in it. And thanks for buying this issue of Input. We'd like to know what you think about it. A bit late now. It's all done. So, that, he says, is a quick, I don't know if it's quick, that is a skim through the 4 volumes of Input. Which hopefully you found interesting. And if you'd like to know, if you'd like to see me go through volumes 2 to 4 properly, well, A, there's probably something wrong with you, and B, let me know and I'll have a think about it. And maybe I'll work out how to do it a bit better. But for now, I just thought it'd be a fun little unboxing. Let's just put these all back in the right order again. Yeah, some of these definitely haven't been read, or they certainly haven't been read for years. It's let's get going. There we go. Yes, I'm definitely going to have to do that adventure program so that I can finally have that complete all these many years later. That really brings back some memory of that cover. Not of anything particular, just of that cover. And yet these ones, no. Excuse me. So yeah, that is Input magazine. So yeah, let me know if you want to see more. Let me know if you think I should do another playlist of not necessarily computer game related, not necessarily game related, maybe even just old stuff. There we go. Chin chin. Yeah, not sure what else I can say really. That's Input Magazine. I might go through more of it, I might not, depending on what people say, but I'm very happy to have this, and I will have fun going through some of it, and hopefully completing that adventure at the very least. And if anyone knows where I can get some nice binders for a not a silly price, but if you ever see any going cheap, let me know, because I think they do deserve to go in there. Proper binders, don't they? But anywho, yeah, probably time to wrap it up. A good half hour ago, as soon as I opened the box and went, look, it's magazines, and everyone went, nah, moving on, we want to see games. But hey, there's plenty of other videos of games on my channel, so feel free to knock yourself out there. Yeah, Input Magazine from Marshall Cavendish from 83, 84, well, it's going to be 84, 85, isn't it, seeing as it shifted onto Falklands War and all of that sort of stuff there. Like I said, probably British military 85 or something like that. And the wonders of microwave cookery. So I shall have to look out for issues of that next, won't I? But there we go. Input from Marshall Cavendish from way back in my childhood, and I'm very happy to get those. And hopefully you've been happy enough to go through it with me. And yeah, like I say, let me know if you want to go through some more. But I shan't go through any more right now. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll catch you on the next one maybe. Ta-ta.